Hello everybody, welcome back to F1 Manager 24, and we are off to Austin in Texas in the United States of America for the Circuits of the America Grand Prix. And now I've got all that name out of the way, we can pretty much dive straight into it. No real news in the driver market. We have got a few affiliates joining us. Oh, they've gone back up to good. That's good. Their connection between Ricciardo and Daniel Ricciardo and Pierre Hamlin has gone back to good. We've got William Brand, who is on a 4-year deal, who isn't very good. He was just brought in to basically do some of the marketing for us, which has worked quite well. But yeah, he's got 4 years on his deal. He's got a development rate of high, which is good, so he may improve relatively well. We'll have to wait and see. But in terms of drivers that we're bringing in, I went for Abby Pulling. Abby Pulling is a bit of a favourite in mine in the F1 Academy. She's winning it at the moment, which is good. But she has agreed to join Ferrari. So we've gone with some other favourites of mine. I don't know if how the best way to do this. Probably be searching for a rating. But we're going with Colapinto turned us down and he's going to Aston Martin. That's annoying. We have got Gabriel Bortoletto joining us at the beginning of next season as well as an affiliate. I've got a feeling we've got Roman Stanek is joining Kick Sauber. Zach O'Sullivan is joining Mercedes. So there's quite a few different moves in here. Kushmiani is... Oh, he's not got anybody yet. Who's Hajar going to? Hajar out of contract. But I can't propose a contract because it's a race weekend. He's not interested, but he'd be an interesting affiliate to have for sure. But yes, lots of people are starting to agree to moves and things like that. We also do have Bianca Bustamante. There she is. Bianca Bustamante has agreed to join us. The Filipino 19-year-old driver. Really good potential in real life. Actually doing pretty decent in the F1 Academy as well. And if you're wondering why I'm suddenly interested in mentioning the F1 Academy, the Singapore Grand Prix got me really interested in it, and I've watched all the highlights and really getting involved in that as well, which is very, very exciting. The car is exactly the same. There's no new components. We've just been manufacturing extras so that we don't run out, and everything is looking pretty good. We've only got 6 races left in the season. So we'll do Austin today. We'll simulate Mexico. Next episode, we'll simulate Sao Paulo, come back for Vegas, and then we'll simulate Qatar, come back for Abu Dhabi. But in the comment section below, let me know which races do you think we leave off the calendar next year, which sprint races would you like to see in it, and everything like that. Because with the database editor mod thing that we've got going on, we can edit the game and change our schedule for next season. So that's something I want to do. I think 24 races is too many. So that is definitely something we're going to go and look at. But for now, into the race targets in Austin. We're going to go big money, big confidence for both drivers. I'll go and do practice. We'll be back for qualifying. Okay, so being Austin, I forgot it's a sprint race. As we were just talking about which ones we should give and remove from the calendar, sprint races are happening as we speak. 90% set up for Daniel Ricciardo, 99% for Ollie Behrman. Lovely stuff. Getting that one sorted to such a high degree in one practice session before the sprint qualifying as well. And now we just have to put all the good components back onto the cars. The gearbox is brand new for Ollie Behrman, so hopefully he can make it work. Daniel Ricciardo is... I mean, he's done really well given the fact that he's not, touch wood, ruined any... We haven't had to buy anything for Daniel Ricciardo. He's managed them incredibly well, and that is such a good testament to him as a driver. But yes, penalty car number 2 will be getting that new gearbox, which will be affecting Ollie Behrman. So we'll come back at the end of Q1 for the sprint, probably the end of Q2 and then the end of Q3, just so that we can speed through this sprint qualifying bit. So Q1 done. Ollie Behrman out in 20th. An absolutely terrible drive from Ollie Behrman, which was a bit of a surprise. He's got the equal components to Daniel Ricciardo in the car, but Daniel Ricciardo is into Q2. He did very well. We're actually just going to... I mean, you only get really one chance to do this, so we're just going to go at the end of the group, because traffic in Austin is a nightmare if you get qualifying wrong. So hopefully Daniel Ricciardo can set a very good time here with lots of clean air, not having to worry about any sort of dirty air in front of him. Daniel Ricciardo jumps to 5th. Lovely stuff. So Daniel Ricciardo safely through to Q3 in P7. We did get another lap in with him at the end of the session. It didn't really matter too much. But yeah, P7 at the moment for Daniel, which means we do now get to set a lap on the soft tyre for the sprint qualifying, which will be good for him. So hopefully top 7 would be good. I'd say 7 would be good. Tsunoda, Hamilton, Alonso, Ricciardo, Piastri, Norris, Sainz, Leclerc, Verstappen and Perez all in at the moment. I think everyone's just sort of going to wait and go at a similar time. Hamilton's going out early. Alonso goes. Sainz goes. I'm going to do my classic of waiting for Max Verstappen. And there goes Max Verstappen. So there goes Daniel Ricciardo. And we'll see what he does as Alonso passes both of us, warming up the tyres. And here we go then. Daniel Ricciardo chasing Max Verstappen around the circuit in Austin, Texas. Can he set a good lap? He can go second behind Max Verstappen. That is very good. I said I wanted top 7. Top 5. He is 4th, Daniel Ricciardo. The laps weren't brilliant, but yeah, 4th place. A great manoeuvre following Max Verstappen with that one. Now we have the actual sprint race to deal with in Austin, and you know, we'll see how this goes. We've got the sprint, then we've got qualifying in itself. I just want to make sure that I have put... Yeah, he's got nothing on here which is not superb, so I don't know why he didn't set a good lap, to be honest, but... Anyway, can you get the softs all the way around? No, you can't. If you did softs, let's have a look at this. Softs on light, 28.43. That's a 28.39. So it is saying the mediums are the quickest. If you went to the hards and then push them, a 28.41, it's still saying the mediums are the quickest. So we'll do mediums for both drivers, and we'll start them out there going very, very hardcore on this circuit. Now, the sprint race should be done pretty quickly. Minimal commentary, I imagine. We want to focus on the feature race generally. But there is Daniel Ricciardo. I would say I've cost him 2 podiums in this series. Can he finally get a podium? It's not a very good start. I mean, Lando Norris right behind him got off to a superb start. So this could be an interesting one. Daniel Ricciardo into turn 1. He's got a Ferrari there for company. And he's forced the Ferrari very wide, which I don't mind. Behrman's up to 19th. He's gaining position. No, he hasn't. He's just been re-overtaken by Guan Yu Zhou. But we're going to focus on Daniel Ricciardo for this sprint race. I'll tell you what, Daniel. Let's go for it. Be aggressive. Come on, you're so near a podium. Why not? Why not go for this, Daniel, and see what you can do? How's everybody doing? Mediums all around, apart from Bottas, Hulkenberg, and Logan Sargent on the hard tyre. But yeah, this could be very interesting. You're going to hope that Verstappen and Perez battle with each other and don't let either of those pull away. And then Piastri, us, Leclerc, Norris, all going to be a tight fight. I think we'll pull away. I think the top 6 will pull away from Alonso as this race develops. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Not many moves happening other than right at the front where Perez is having a look at his teammate Max Verstappen. But yeah, let's focus on Daniel Ricciardo. Ollie Behrman has now overtaken Guan Yu Zhou, so he's got that move done. There's a yellow flag somewhere. Multiple cars have crashed. Magnussen and Sargent right at the back have obviously had a little bit of an issue in this sprint race. Logan Sargent. Home race for the American, and he really is. He's just not very good. He's just not very good. Get him out. Get him out. Daniel Ricciardo has got the move done on Oscar Piastri up the inside into the final turn, and not the final turn, sorry, into the final turn before the S's. But Daniel Ricciardo is through up into 3rd place. So Sergio Perez has recorded a mechanical fault, although he has just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Daniel Ricciardo and Oscar Piastri too busy battling with each other. They've lost pace to Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris in front. But yeah, quite a bit of DRS hopping going on in this whole Grand Prix at the moment. Ollie Behrman up to 17th. We've got both drivers now just managing everything sensibly. But yeah, I think 5th, 6th is probably where we're going to end up in this race. It all depends on if Oscar Piastri has a bit of a mess or if he can pull us along to pull us closer to Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc in front. But yeah, it looks like we're lacking a little bit of pace around here, which is a surprise given it's a high-speed cornering circuit and we're very good at high-speed cornering. But yeah, obviously you never know if people are pushing tyres a little bit differently. We've pushed ours quite hard at the beginning. People seem to be saving theirs towards the end, but overall, we're doing fine. Ollie Behrman back here, he's climbing up. He's now just off Iwasa, so it'll all be confidence building for him. But Daniel Ricciardo has lost DRS to Oscar Piastri. So yeah, it's a bit of a nothing race at the moment. Yeah, really not sure why. Really struggling with pace. Daniel Ricciardo's been overtaken by Sainz. We're dropping 2 seconds back off Sainz. Maybe everyone's bought upgrades. We have stopped upgrading our car. Now we're focusing a lot more on next season. But yeah, I mean, Ollie Behrman is still much quicker than all the back markers, which is to be expected. But yeah, we're not really keeping pace with the front runners, which I would suggest we probably should be able to. I'm just a little bit worried about our tyres here. We should be okay. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, losing pace to Sainz. Maybe they've bought upgrades and I'm just not aware. But Alonso's also catching us now. It's the sprint race. I'm not too fussed, but it's a little bit concerning. So the sprint race done. I didn't focus on it too much. Daniel Ricciardo finished 8th, picked up a point. Not too bad. Ollie Behrman 16th at 4 places, so he showed some good pace against the back runners. But yeah, I think it's because tyre deg is so high in Texas that our car really struggles with it, because obviously we've not been focusing on that in development. So we'll have to wait and see, but we do... I'm just 90% setup. Like, we've got... Okay, I mean, our ERS at 52% isn't great. It is the best one we've got. But, yeah, I sort of feel like we're not in a position where we should be performing that badly. But anyway, into qualifying we go for the main Grand Prix, which is the thing that, you know, we all want to focus on anyway, rather than the little bit of the sprint race. No one's really worried about that. Let's see how we get on in Q1. So Q1 successfully navigated 3rd and 7th. Really good. Oscar Piastri is going to have a grid penalty, as Iwasa and Russell are as well. Any big shot? Lando Norris goes out in Q1 in P19. Wow, very strange for him there. But yeah, the car showing some good pace. We timed our laps well as well, which is always helpful. But safely through in Q1. Let's start them on the used set, like we normally do. Get out there, come back for the second lap. So both drivers set a lap time on the used set of soft tyres. It's decent enough. It's not brilliant, but yeah, it's not too bad. We're just going to send them both out now. I've got a feeling they are going to hit some traffic, because all these people are going to come in pit and then quickly get back out again. Although Ricciardo gets through, Behrman gets through as well. So, Behrman, he's run wide, that is going to ruin his lap. So we'll let him continue on in Q2. Has he done it? He's done it again. Right. Okay. Just call him in. You've messed the lap up, mate. You've messed the lap up. So don't worry about it. Just come in at the end of that lap. Daniel Ricciardo goes P1 so far at the moment, which is incredible. Obviously, a lot of other drivers still out there setting their last laps in Q2, but Daniel Ricciardo having a great time of it. P2 at the moment, and I think... Okay, he's dropping down a little bit. Piastri and Sainz go quicker, but one lap at full pelt, we have pace in this car. It just seemed to be during race trim and the actual race that we weren't really enjoying it. But both drivers through, which is cool. So we're just going to go with a new set of soft tyres into Q3. And yeah, so Behrman got through 8th on a used set of tyres as well, which is very interesting. But yeah, into Q3, we're going to do a one and done lap here as Verstappen goes out. We're just going to do a one and done. So everybody goes out. So this will be the warm-up laps. Verstappen starts his quick lap. So if we go there and here, just to give them a bit of free air each, this should be a decent timed lap, because we shall start our fast laps here and everybody will be out of our way by the time we finish them. Ricciardo sets a 4th fastest time. Behrman goes 8th quickest. So not too bad. It's just depending on where other people improve. Okay, not much improvement happening here. Daniel Ricciardo is dropping to 6th. Verstappen, I thought he was a bit concerned. Verstappen was in 7th, then set a lap time to get first. So Oscar Piastri will get a jump there. So Behrman and Ricciardo will be starting 5th and 8th because of Oscar Piastri's grid penalty. Okay, into the strategy then. Yeah, I'll be back to do this because I think this is going to take a bit of time to figure out what's actually quicker. Okay, strategy is done. We've gone for a medium hard soft for Daniel Ricciardo and a medium hard for Ollie Behrman. Really no idea what to expect from this Grand Prix. I feel like we're going to tumble because of our lack of tyre preservation on the car, but we'll We'll see. We'll see. It's definitely not a bad qualifying for both drivers. Out in getting up to Q3 is good. I mean, people are starting on the softs, which is just seems bonkers to me. But Daniel Ricciardo gets a much better start here than he did in the sprint race. It's two Mercedes. No, it's not. It's 2 Red Bulls, 2 Ferraris, and then us. That's one. Oh, Ollie Behrman's gone wide. That's going to cost him. Did he get back on the track? Yes, he did. But he's lost a lot of time and places in that one. Daniel, get your elbows out. Let's see what you can do with that. See what you can do, Daniel. See what you can do. Ollie Behrman has now got to make up those places quite a lot, to be honest, because that is not the start he wanted. Soft tyre running in front. There seems to be a big mix of strategies here. Medium, softs, medium, hard. Lots of different things happening. Yeah, this should be quite an interesting race, to be honest, to see how this one unfolds. But Daniel Ricciardo sitting... that's Ollie Behrman. Daniel Ricciardo is sitting on the back of Carlos Sainz, hoping to make some moves. But you can see how much we're getting dropped already. It looks like that's quite a big gap. But, yeah, I mean, their soft should drop off pretty quickly, to be honest. Not even about half the lap through, and they've lost 5% of their wear. We've lost 4, but we're pushing really hard. So I would suggest we're probably copying Max Verstappen in this Grand Prix, which we've, shown to be not a terrible idea in previous Grand Prix. But let's have a look, see how Daniel can do. He's just about keeping pace with Carlos Sainz, who is losing pace to Perez and Leclerc. We just need to have that DRS into the second lap. Obviously, you don't get it on this first stint here, but you are going to get it on the second long straight. So Sainz isn't going to have DRS. So if we can just get into a DRS hopping battle with Carlos Sainz, I'm not too upset about that, to be honest. But my concern is that all of our pace is coming from our battery. That is a concern I have. I think that's why we dropped off in the sprint as well. Let's immediately get our tyres back in to what we want them to do. Let's not push the tyres too hard. That'll be the killer around here. But Sainz has managed to get himself back into that DRS. So he's obviously pushed a little bit through the S's, and we're all going to have DRS. And a big old train from positions 1 to 5, because Oscar Piastri's 2 seconds back already, which is a concern. How's Ollie Behrman getting on? He's on the back of Lewis Hamilton and Yuki Tsunoda. He's going to be having a little look at them as we come into the long straight with the DRS zone on it. See, look, tyres overheating in Austin just on normal push as well, which is an absolute killer for the drivers here, but we'll have to manage it, see how it goes. 2 laps down, or on the second lap. We'll be coming to the third lap pretty soon. But yeah, we're really struggling to keep pace with the cars in front, and because of that huge DRS zone, if you don't have DRS into that section, you can sort of get left behind. But this is, their soft tyres are dying. Absolutely dying. We're actually pushing less than Max Verstappen as well. So we are giving ourselves a chance with tyre preservation. Just got to see how it goes. Ollie Behrman on the back of Yuki Tsunoda, who has been passed by Lewis Hamilton. He's on hard tyres, so Ollie Behrman probably should be able to get this done relatively easily. Maybe even here down into turn 1. Because Yuki Tsunoda, although that looks like his rear wing open, it isn't open. That is a graphical glitch in the game. But yeah, into turn 1, Ollie Behrman's having a little look. Didn't fancy throwing it in aggressively, but will be in a decent position when he gets to the next DRS zone anyway. So yeah, not too bad. Daniel Ricciardo's lost 2 seconds to Carlos Sainz. Wow. That is dreadful. So they're obviously pushing their tyres very hard on this stint. So we're just going to let Daniel manage the ERS how he wants to, because we're pretty much out of that race. That top 4 is gone. Absolutely gone. So Ollie Behrman has passed the absolute menace to F1 society that is Logan Sargent, coming down the long straight with the DRS, and gets the move done. Lovely stuff from him, up to 14th. And then Ollie Behrman lost 2 positions on the start-finish straight here. Yeah, Tsunoda forced him wide, Logan Sargent forced him wide, and Tsunoda got through. Very annoying. So we are up to 4th, but Sergio Perez has pitted already. Sergio Perez has gone on to hard tyres. Yeah, Sainz, Leclerc both be coming in soon. Everyone on softs will be pitting very, very soon. It's been a bit of a nothing race. It's been pretty rubbish. Max Verstappen has a mechanical fault, which we're keeping an eye on. I'm not sure if he should probably be able to nurse that to the end and He's so far out in front of us already. But yeah, 7.3 seconds off the Ferraris who are running their softs. Sergio Perez is 1.3 behind us on fresh hard, so he'll get that done on us, you would imagine. Piastri and Norris seem to be settling into a bit of a groove of their tyres now, so it's all sort of just a bit meh. Behrman and Tsunoda are switching positions all the time. Not too much to report really from Austin. And yeah, the soft runners coming in. Leclerc, Sainz and Stroll all pitting. Obviously we are extending ours to around about lap 20. I think Ollie Behrman's going to have to come in a little bit earlier than that, just where he's been battling and using his tyres a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, I'm a bit annoyed we haven't managed to get past Yuki Tsunoda on his hard tyres. But yeah, it's just all a bit meh. I mean, Perez could have a masterstroke here with his strategy if he's already pitted and is still 10 seconds ahead of us. That is absolutely crazy. But he made those soft tyres really, really work hard. But yeah, Verstappen still yet to come in. 49% tyres for him. So maybe we'll match Ollie Behrman to whatever Max Verstappen's doing. So we'll have enough time to see what he's actually going to do when he pits. But Perez will stick to his... Ricciardo will stick to his strategy. But yeah, I think with Ollie Behrman, we may just match up to whatever Verstappen does, as we've started pretty similar. Although I do like the hard tyre pushing a little bit. I mean, Yuki's showing us that these hard tyres are good in Austin. And he is showing us that. So, yeah, Daniel Ricciardo goes on them in lap 20 as well. We'll see. We'll see. There's been a crash here involving Pierre Gasly and what I can only assume is Logan Sargent. As he comes through. Oh, my word. I'm pretty sure that is Logan Sargent. It may be Albon after he's pitted. But that is quite a big crash. They're both still going. They're going to have to wait to rejoin safely. But that is quite a big incident there. Pierre Gasly getting smashed. What is he? Who was... yeah, Logan Sargent. It was Logan Sargent. He's a menace to F1 society, as I keep saying. A menace to F1 society. But, yeah, Ollie Behrman up to 8th now with people pitting. So, if we have a red flag now, we'll be laughing because we're in a really good position. But, yeah, we'll see. 48%. So, we've got a little bit better tyre wear there and a little bit worse compared to the rest. But Sainz has pitted, Leclerc has pitted, Perez has pitted, Piastri's pitted. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess at the moment, the leaderboard. Okay, so Max Verstappen is pitting, going on to the hard tyre. So we are going to get Ollie Behrman in now onto that hard tyre. It basically means Ollie Behrman sticks with his strategy. Daniel Ricciardo is going to have one more lap. And there is Verstappen having his nice little stint. Obviously, Daniel Ricciardo is quite far away from the pits compared to Max Verstappen. But Daniel Ricciardo will come through. I don't think he's going to overtake Max Verstappen. It will be relatively close, but I'm not too sure. We will get Daniel in as well onto the hard tyre, onto the next lap, and we shall see. So Daniel Ricciardo coming out. There he goes past Max Verstappen. Well done, Daniel. You're technically on a podium, but a long way to go. Look how quickly Max Verstappen has just overtaken him there on fresh tyres. Unbelievable. Right, Ollie Behrman is in the pits. Here he comes. We'll stick with Ollie Behrman to see how this stop goes. We're looking for around about 2.5, I would say. So Ollie Behrman is in. He's got to drive all the way to the end of the pit lane as there's a Mercedes behind us. And George Russell just finishing his stop. The team just strolling out nice and casually, like no care in the world. And let's have a look. On they go. 2.53, not too bad at all. Ollie Behrman dropping down the order, but should be able to make up some places, I imagine, on these fresh tyres. So we'll let him get on with his race, see how he does. Oh my word. He literally just passed straight through Kevin Magnussen. There's obviously an error with the pit exit at in Texas. So, yeah, there you go. Well done, Ollie Behrman. Just came out and overtook Magnussen straight away by driving through him. Incredible. Here is Daniel Ricciardo then into the pits. Let's go to a different camera angle for this one rather than being on board with him. And yeah, there he is. He is in. We need to push Ollie Behrman a little bit more as well. So Daniel needs a good stop. Again, aiming for around 2.5. Sub 2.5 would be pretty good for us, to be honest, as a team. So let's have a look as the chat goes in. It goes up. 2.49. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely stuff. Ollie Behrman in a battle with the Haas at the moment. Daniel Ricciardo going to be coming out in 7th, it looks like, behind Oscar Piastri. Not too annoyed by that. Yeah, they can, for some reason, take that corner out of the pit lane incredibly quickly. But yeah, we're going to stick with the strategy. And you see it puts us right on the back of Oscar Piastri there, which is very nice. We're going to get the DRS off him. But yeah, what's everyone doing now? So you got Perez went soft hards. Leclerc went soft medium. Verstappen went medium hard. Sainz went soft medium. Norris went medium soft. Piastri went soft medium, I think. I know I can check all of this, but I'm just trying to remember. And then we're up here. Behrman, yeah, I mean, so Hulkenberg's going to pit. Bottas is going to pit. Behrman, I'd like to think Behrman should get points. And just the top, Logan Sargent's day off. He's had a pit stop issue as well. Oh, Ollie Behrman's had an incident. He's had an incident with one of the Haas. We're looking at Nico Hulkenberg. It was going for a move, Ollie Behrman. They've collided in the same place that Logan Sargent did with Pierre Gasly. Big contact, says Nico. Oh, Ollie down in 19th. No damage to the car, apparently. But he's lost 3 positions from it. Maybe he won't get in the points. And he's definitely not going to be in the points because he now has a penalty that he'll have to take at his next pit stop when he gets onto his next set of hard tyres. So, yeah, there we go. Daniel Ricciardo, who was right behind Oscar Piastri, is now no longer right behind Oscar Piastri. He has absolutely left him for dead. So Sergio Perez has just pitted again, and he's come out on the mediums. I don't think you can make those medium tyres last 32 laps. Like, I don't think we've got... Okay, Hulkenberg may not have pitted yet, 43. I mean, no, we started on the mediums. We definitely didn't make them last 32 laps because we've pitted. It's a bold ask of Red Bull. If he's not pitting again, he could be in a world of pain at the end of this race. We've had another one as well. Norris has pitted, and he's come out on soft tyres. I don't think you can get the softs to the end. If they're going to pit towards the end of the race, they might be doing a soft stint, Norris, at the end. But we're not out of this with Ricciardo. If the AI has gone for a really odd strategy, I'm just so surprised because you can't. Like, what is he actually? Let's have a look at this. What's he tyre history? Lando Norris has gone medium, soft, soft, and then he's going to have to put another one on. Again, Charles Leclerc, soft, medium, soft. Is he doing soft, medium, soft, medium? Like, we're sort of matching Max, right? Other than... In fact, we're basically directly matching Max. I just can't see those mediums going to the end for Sergio Perez. Very odd. Very, very odd. Let's wait. We'll wait and see. Sainz is pitting again? Oh no, it was Perez. It was Perez that pitted before. But Sainz is pitting. What's he going on to? He's going on to the hard tyre. Right, so that's going to see him through to the end. That's simple for Carlos Sainz. That's going to see him through to the end. That would mean Sainz has done a soft, medium, hard, which makes sense. That's a sensible strategy. Because I imagine Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo are both doing medium, hard, soft. So that sort of makes sense. We've got anyone else? Yeah, soft, medium, medium for Valtteri Bottas as well. Soft, medium, medium. Maybe they are doing a 3-stop strategy. Wow. Carlos Sainz right on the back of Daniel Ricciardo. Probably is going to overtake him. Lots of chances of mechanical failures as well. Verstappen, Sainz, Iwasa, Stroll, Tsunoda, Albon and Ocon. As Verstappen does go to orange. I can't remember how we look at this now. Is it lap history? Verstappen... car. Oh, it's his engine. I think he'll get round with 31%, but it is his engine. 37%, Sainz 33. Piastri and Norris are all looking fine. Perez 97. He's got a brand new engine for this one. Russell 68. Hamilton 59. Ocon struggling with his gearbox. Gasly looking good. Albon struggling with his gearbox. Sargent just a mess anyway. Magnussen, Hulkenberg all looking good. Sainz does overtake Daniel Ricciardo. Hulkenberg's getting to the end of his life. Iwasa is struggling with his gearbox. Tsunoda with an engine issue. Bottas, ERS potentially. Zhou looks okay. Stroll, gearbox, and Alonso looking okay. Danny Rick and obviously Ollie Behrman all looking good at the moment. Danny Rick's ERS will definitely be causing him a few issues, but he's not in a bad position, Danny Rick. I say the strategies in this race are going to be a bit of a mess, so let's wait and see. So Ollie Behrman in for his second stop. Yeah, he's got that 5-second time penalty to do. Verstappen is dropping down the order with that mechanical fault, so it's going to be interesting to see how much that affects him. Perez is in for another stop. Daniel Ricciardo still going at the moment. This is his 5-second time penalty for Ollie Behrman. Let's see if we can get a... How'd you get the top-down view? I can't remember, but you can't. But there, tyre wasn't even on. 7 seconds. That's 2.5, so not bad for Ollie Behrman there. And yeah, Daniel Ricciardo. Do I end him on the softs and go for pace? The hards have so much life in them. They have so much life, and I think you can really push them. It's 1.6 seconds quicker than what he's doing at the moment. The softs go 2.5, but they'll really die off quickly. I'm just going to come out of that. We're going to pause. We're going to go into strategies here. If you put the hards on, and yeah, it's 4 seconds quicker. 4 seconds quicker. We're going hards. We're going hard tyres. We're going hard tyres, pit stop, hards, and we're going to push the life out of those tyres at the end of this race and see what Daniel Ricciardo can do. So Behrman is done all of his stops and his time penalty. He is now out in 19th behind the car that's lapped him there on softs, which I assume is Lando Norris. Yes, it is. But yeah, Daniel Ricciardo then will be coming into pit. We've got a yellow flag somewhere. No, it didn't seem to really cause a safety car or anything like that, but yeah, it's Lance Stroll locking up. Daniel Ricciardo will be coming into pit this lap then, as he's just about to lap what I assume is Guan Yu Zhou. Yes, he is, and Guan Yu Zhou nicely gets out of the way for Daniel Ricciardo to come through. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting end. I'm just not sure where everyone actually sits with strategy. And here is Daniel Ricciardo coming in for that stop then. It should see him come out behind Oscar Piastri and ahead of Alonso, but you never really know with pit stops, do you? You never really know how they go. And this is our last and final one, so we shall see what happens here. Cars up, wheels are on. 2.3. I think that's our best stop we've ever done in this save, to be honest. Comfortably out in front of Fernando Alonso. Can we catch the top 6? I've got no idea. I don't know what this is like around here, but yeah, let's push it. See what we can do. 8 seconds off Oscar Piastri, who is on relatively new hards. Norris will surely have to pit again, if not be dying at the end. Leclerc's going to have to pit again. This is just... It's a bit bonkers. There's going to be some dead tyres at the end of this race. And can Max Verstappen finish it? That's a big question as well. So Daniel Ricciardo has overtaken Lando Norris, who came into pit again. He's gone for another set of soft tyres, Lando Norris. So he'll be jumping up the order, you would imagine, towards the end of this race on those softs. But I'm so confused about where anyone actually sits in their actual race positions after all the pit stops are done. Because... there's 11 laps to go and we've still got people pitting. It's weird. And Daniel Ricciardo has closed the gap on Oscar Piastri, so 5th place isn't out of the question here. There is Oscar just in front of him, and he's just driving so well. Pushing these tyres at the end seems to be making a big difference for Daniel Ricciardo compared to everyone else. But yeah, I mean, Max Verstappen has set the fastest lap, so I think he's got over that mechanical fault. But 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go, in a great position here. We can actually push Ollie Behrman's engine a little bit harder as well. We do have some battery to use if we want to, so we may go for that around here. I think we're actually not... Yeah, we're not too far off lapping Ollie Behrman. But let's see. Let's see if Daniel can just push away from Oscar Piastri once he gets past him. As we get into the quick, tight corners through here, down the DRS... Get the move done, and then accelerate out of these corners, hopefully, before the next DRS zone. Let's see. He's got the move done 0.7 away already, so the fresh tyres really do help. And it's just a case of, can Daniel Ricciardo make this work? That's going to kill our battery for now, but we are over a second in front. So hopefully we can hang on to this. And then hopefully Piastri holds up Norris a bit behind us, which would be very nice. If he could do that, that would be wonderful. But yeah, Daniel Ricciardo up into 5th. Not too bad. So Max Verstappen starts his final lap of the Grand Prix. He's got a mechanical issue. Leclerc, Sainz both have mechanical issues. I think they're all going to hang on just about. But yeah, we're in a position where, in fact, there's no need to push that. You're so far off the person in front of you. Just get around safely. Yeah, Daniel Ricciardo had a battle with Lando Norris, but he's managed to fend him off. Those soft tyres have died off already for Lando. They're not giving him any benefit over the hard tyre. So, yeah. It looks like Daniel Ricciardo is going to get 5th, which is really good for this. But some really odd strategies. But you can't argue. Verstappen and Perez out in front. Leclerc and Sainz miles ahead of us as well. So we are best of the rest with Daniel Ricciardo. But this is it. Last final lap for Daniel Ricciardo. If he can just bring the car home, he will comfortably be in 5th position. So we'll just tell him to cool the tyres down a little bit as well. Doesn't need to do too much with them. Ollie Behrman in 15th is a bit disappointing, but I do think it will get the bonus payout. I think his was 17th, so I don't mind that. Was it 15th? Maybe it was 13th. Can't remember. We're okay for money anyway as it stands. It's more the cost cap we've got to worry about, but I think we're going to be okay for that one as well. And obviously both drivers secure for next season as well in the Brawn car, which is lovely. As, yeah, Bottas should be able to get round. I don't know why I'm then looking at Valtteri Bottas. But, yeah, Daniel Ricciardo in 5th. He's got about half the lap to go. And I think Max Verstappen is just about to cross the line. There he goes. It's first place for Max Verstappen. George Russell secures 10th by finishing right after him after being lapped. Perez comes home in 2nd. 12 seconds behind them is going to be Charles Leclerc in 3rd. So a decent drive, a decent result for Ferrari, but I think they'll be very disappointed with how far away they actually are off the Red Bulls in this race. But Carlos Sainz then 15 seconds off his teammate. He's going to come through and take home 4th. In front of him, I think, is an Aston Martin that is going to get a secure. Lance Stroll gets 13th. Across the line is Carlos Sainz, and then next up will be Daniel Ricciardo, who in how spread out the race is, actually isn't that far off Carlos Sainz being 8 seconds. But there is Daniel Ricciardo crossing the line. Lando Norris crosses in 7th. It'll be Oscar Piastri, 6th, sorry. Oscar Piastri in 7th. Alonso in 8th. Ollie Behrman crosses the line, secures 15th. So Max Verstappen does win it. Sergio Perez, Charles Leclerc, Sainz, Ricciardo, Norris, Piastri. Lando Norris up 9 places. Ricciardo finishes where he started. So I'd argue that we had a decent strategy there. Oliver Behrman down 6 places. Yeah, he had a spin. He had that time penalty as well. So can't do too much about that. Daniel Ricciardo stays in 7th, and in the Constructors we remain in 4th, extending that gap over Aston Martin by 5 points, which is lovely. In the pit stops, Daniel Ricciardo's 2.39 was the 7th fastest, which is good. We're still out of the top 10, so we're not going to be getting much points for the pit stop stuff. So hopefully that's something we can work on next season to be a little bit better. And in terms of payouts, we did get them both. It was 11th and 16th, so that is glorious. 1.4 million in the bank, and that is the Austin Grand Prix done and dusted. Now, I think this is going to be quite a long video. Oh, Pierre Hamlin's up. Lovely, to an 83. It's going to be quite a long video. So what I'm going to do, because it was a sprint race and I completely forgot it was a sprint race, we are going to repair or replace that rear wing, and we're going to replace your underfloor. That's easy. I will sim, because Brazil is also a sprint race as well, but we're going to sim that one. Is Vegas a sprint race? It might be, actually. We'll sim Mexico and Brazil in the next episode, and then we'll race Vegas, and then we'll sim Qatar and race Abu Dhabi in the final episode of this season. But thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Really looking forward to Season 2. I've got a feeling we can hopefully do very... If our research has done what I hope it will, I think we're going to be good in Season 2. Anyway, I'll see you. 2 more episodes to go. Cheers.